Why, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with your boy Muzzy McGee. I got to be honest with you today. I was really dreading getting to the session because I'm still feeling under the weather. I feel a lot worse today than I did yesterday, but it's the same thing. I just have a cold. It's just really annoying, and I shouldn't, I'm not making excuses. I'm not dead. I'm not in the hospital. Things are good. It's just annoying. It is what it is. So for those of you who've not joined the channel before, you're going to have to excuse me for today and yesterday and for however length of period of time is necessary for me to get over this damn cold. I go by the name Muzzy McGee, and this channel is about three things. The two things are about the live stream. Live stream is about me practicing and you watch me getting better at practicing and us getting better as a collective at practicing, because we all know one thing that sucks more than anything else in the world is practicing. We like to play. We want to get in there and make the music, this, that, and the other. But in order to do that, you have to build a solid foundation, which is important to have consistency. And so we're going to practice every single day while we're on this channel. The second thing this channel is about me practicing and also getting better at improvisational music, because improvisational music is being able to improv as a guitar player, as a musician, or as a composer is a very, very important skill to have. It's a mental dexterity that one should always have. It prevents things like writer's block. It prevents things like just getting stuck or frozen in certain situations. Learning to play improvisationally is one of the most, if not, in my opinion, the most important skill to have, because it's not about one skill. It's about the culmination of all the things that you know. And the third thing this channel is about is what the whole channel is about. It's about me creating electronic music using Logic Pro S, using my guitar as either the principal instrument of inspiration, a principal thing of inspiration, or the principal instrument on the tracks. Now, mostly some of the stuff I do is in MIDI, but using guitar to help me create stuff is very important. Having a principal instrument in any given field that you're going to create, compose, or anything of that nature, it is important to have one principal, at least a principal instrument, or many. With that being said, if any of that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead. Or if it sounds interesting to you, or sounds like you want to be a part of this growth period, go ahead and sign up for the channel. Like I said, you're going to see me grow as a guitar player over the course of time. You're going to see me grow as a singer, songwriter, developer, producer, and things of that nature over time. And the purpose of it is to also show you and to showcase to you that what you see on the internet oftentimes is the final and finished product. And I want people to see the coal before it turns into the diamond. Okay, it takes a lot of pressure, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of just a lot of work in order to make a diamond what a diamond is. I'm not saying I'm going to be a diamond, but I'm just using it as a reference because I know it takes time and pressure. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, by all means, please go ahead and like and comment, subscribe to the channel. The second thing I normally ask people to do is to check out the cryptocurrency referral links I have in the channel. Now, why do I ask that? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. But what I tell people is to check out the cryptocurrency referral links, because if you use my referral links to do so, subscribing to the channel helps out the channel in a free way, in the sense that if you purchase crypto using my referral links, the perks that are offered to you by these websites will also be offered to me as I'm the referring client. And the money will be used into the channel as I will be able to make gains. So hypothetically, if they give me 20 bucks cash back in crypto, I can use that in crypto to make more gains in crypto. And as I'm using 15 to 20% of my overall gains to reinvest back into the channel, that's how it helps out with the channel. And the third thing is the freest way is to help just subscribe to all of my platforms, all my social media accounts. So what does that mean? It means I have a Facebook account, and I definitely have a TikTok account that I haven't used yet, particularly, and a Twitch account is the same thing. But subscribing to me on all those channels helps me grow my YouTube channel, and help me grow my YouTube channel inevitably helps me grow my social media accounts. Ladies and gentlemen, one hand washes the other. We're going to get started today. Like I said, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. It's been that way for the last 48 hours. I got a little bit of a cold going on, so you're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to toggle back between different screens the entire time. So in the event that you are asking questions, I will ask you to refrain from asking anything serious really until the very end, which will be after we do the improvisational music, because of the fact that you signing up or you asking questions in the comment section, because I have to toggle between two different screens in order to get the online metronome that I use via Google. It's going to be hard for me to see because I'm just going to be toggling between both screens. So if you have any questions or any things you want to interject or comments that you'd like to make, you can make them. I will try to address them at the end of the session. So let's get right to it. We got to do the warm-ups, guys. We know this part, the first 35, 40 minutes when we're not doing at least a lick of the week, we know it sucks, okay? That's why we're here, okay? To work on some of this stuff and to just really try to get better. And the best way to do so is by showing consistency and showing that grit. And the only way to do that really is just to keep combating boredom by trying to change up the exercises and to increase to increase the difficulty, to increase your dexterity, to increase just a bunch of different things. But just to make sure that you get that consistent practice in every day is really one of the most, if not the most important factors, that consistency. So we're at 95 beats per minute again today. We're going to do the, oh no, you know what? I forgot. We're at 80 beats per minute because of the fact that the first exercise, we're not doing the alternate picking. We're doing the alternate picking, but in a different fashion. This doesn't have a name particularly. It's just an exercise I would use when I was learning Bite of the Mosquito. I believe that's by Joe Satriani or John Petrucci. It's John Petrucci. I'm sorry. And yeah, it's just one of those exercises. So let's go. We're at 80 beats per minute here, and we're going to work on this first exercise. Let's go. And now we're going to move to the alternate spider picking at 95 beats per minute. So we're going to increase the tempo to 95 beats per minute. Again, I'm just using Google, the online Google metronome. It's nothing special. I have a different metronome that's here, but it does not click as loud as the one that does in my speaker, which is why we're using this one. So let's get right to it. Now we're going to do the chromatic tapping for the 1st to 16th fret at 90 beats per minute. For that, we have to turn up the volume a little bit. Let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my least favorite part, because I am so trash at this exercise, but just because we are terrible at something does not mean that we should shy away from it. You guys should continue to keep pursuing this and keep pushing forward, just as I am. This is the first sweep picking exercise, and because it's done across the middle four strings, for me, it seems to be like it is some kind of hurdle of some sort. But we're going to do this again at 100 beats per minute, 110 beats per minute, 120 beats per minute, and then finally at 130 beats per minute. Yeah, so let's get right to it. 4.5 maybe out of 10. If you have a different idea as to what that sounded like for you, by all means, please comment that in the section. If it sounded like complete garbage, don't forget to put the emoticon of a garbage pail in the description, which I'm sure will be fun to do. Let's go. That's probably about a 6. Again, if you feel differently, I feel like 110 for me is a much stronger tempo. For all of the exercises, I don't know why 110 appears to be my sweet spot. I'm thankful for it, I guess, but learning how to play it slower and faster tempos is also really important. So being able to play moderately fast is important, but learning how to play at all tempos is also another very important skill. Let's go at 120 beats per minute, identical exercise. Let's go. Uh, 4.5. I was going to say that one's going to be around a 6 or 6.5 out of 10, but my hand cramped up on the second one, and then it just went downhill from there. Again, like I said, these exercises are particularly difficult for me because I'm not the best at sweep picking, but just because the exercise is hard does not give us the excuse not to attack it. So let's try it again at 130 just to see where we are. We'll run through it a couple times and move on. Garbage. Just put that one in the 0 category. It was not great. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep working. 130 is a tough tempo for me. Cramp wise, just as general rule of thumb, it's pretty difficult for me. I'm gonna have a little sippy sip of this water. All right. After that exercise, what do we normally do? That's right, the scales. We're at 105 beats per minute, ladies and gentlemen, with the major scales. We're doing the F sharp or G flat major scales, and we're following that up with the G major scale at 105 beats per minute in positions 1 through 8, 8 being the octave position, because major scales are, you guessed it, 7-tone scales, meaning the 8th tone is the octave tone of the initial tone, and the 8th position is, you guessed it, the octave position of the identical first one, but it's played above the 12th fret. Then we're going to take the tempo down to 90 beats per minute because that's the tempo at which we have been practicing our minor pentatonic scales. And those are 5-tone scales, which means we will be playing them in 6 positions, the 6 being the octave position and the octave tone of its original root note. Now let's get right to it. We're at 105 beats per minute. Again, if you have any questions, please save them till the end, or understand that I will not be able to toggle back and forth between these screens all the time. So if you are asking questions about it, understand that it's going to take me a while to get there. So we're at the F sharp major scale, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. First position. Second position, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position, F major scale, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position, actually, I want to do it one more time. There we go. Fourth position, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Fifth position, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let go. Sixth position, F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Seventh position, F sharp G flat major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, the eighth position or the octave position of the F sharp G flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, let's get right into the G major scale at 105 beats per minute. And we're going to start in the first position. I get how boring this is. It's terrible. That's why we do it together, okay? I get it. Believe me, it's frustrating. It's annoying, especially when you're not feeling good. But those are the days you got to keep going, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the G major scale, first position, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Second position at G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position, G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Fourth position, G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Fifth position, G major scale, 105 beats per minute. And let's go. Sixth position, G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. Seventh position, G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, the eighth position of the G major scale, 105 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, for the scale work today, we're going right at 90 beats per minute, and we're doing the minor pentatonic scales. Starting with the F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale in first position. Positions 1 through 6, because the 6 is the octave position, and pentatonic scales are 5-tone scales. Second position, F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position, F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Fourth position, F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Fifth position, F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, the sixth position or the octave position of the F sharp, G flat minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Now we're going right into, I don't know why I was clicking on this like I was trying to change the tempo. It's ridiculous. We're at the G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Second position, G sharp, G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position, G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Fourth position, G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Fifth position of the G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. And finally, the octave position, the sixth position of the G minor pentatonic scale at 90 beats per minute. Let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn off the metronome for this portion called Find the Note. We are going to find the note E. We don't need it for the chord section either because the idea behind the chords is not about playing them in time so much as it is about playing them correctly. Let's go, okay? So the E, we know on the first two strings, on the bottom E string and the top E string, it's open 12. So we're going to do that. Top E string. Open to 12, open to 12, open to 12, then open to 12, open to 12, bottom E string, then top E string. Then B string, we know the E is at the 5 and 17 on the B string, then open to 12 on the bottom E string, open to 12 on the bottom E string, then back to 5 and 17, 5 and 17, on the B string. Frets 5 and 17. Then on the G string, if you remember, it's 9 and 21 on the G string. Again, we're in standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E, in case that wasn't clear. 5 and 17 on the B string. And then we go back to the E string. We have open to 12, open to 12, open to 12, open to 12. We go to open to 12 on the bottom E string. Then on the A string, back to 7 and 19. Then back to open to 12, open to 12, open to 12, open to 12. Then back to 7, 19. 7 and 19 on the A string. Then back to open to 12, open to 12 on the bottom E string. Open to 12. Then open to 12 on the top E string. Then back to 5 and 17 on the B string. Then when we go to the G string, if you remember correctly, we're back to 9 and 21. That's right. Now the D string, if we go down to the D string, we know where that is. We know where I want to say it's 2 and 14. Nailed it. Then back to 7 and 19 on the A string. Then back to open to 12 on the bottom E string. Then we're going to end it with this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the least fun portion, which is memorization of the chords. Well, depending on what you like more. But learning the chords is like learning bigger vocabulary words. It's arduous and tedious practice and attention to detail regularly. And as annoying as that sounds, it still has to be done if you're going to get better and improve. If you're going to improve your work in languages or anything of that nature, you have to have a much wider and larger vocabulary. And sometimes we do that by learning one thing at a time. So right now, our one thing at a time is learning the minor chords of the minor scales that we just, or the major scales that we just learned. We know practically all the major tones or the major chords. We know the general shapes of them on the melodies, the outside, the inside, and the bottom 4-string chords, which is why we moved to minor. It is my hope that before the end of the summer, we will know all the major, all the minor, all the diminished, and all the augmented chords. That is the goal. With that being said, without further ado, we're going to get right into the G sharp, G flat, or the F sharp minor chords. Like I said, this book has it written as G flat. G flat, we know, sonically is identical to F sharp. Notationally, it's different though, okay? So let's get right to it. We're at the G flat or F sharp minor chords. We're doing the minor melody chords, the inside chords, the rhythm chords, or the bar chords, followed by the bottom 4-string chords. So let's get right to it. And back up again. Again, one last time, one more again. Right here. Now the middle chord strings, it sound like this. Now the rhythm chords, it sounds something like this right here. Back down right here. Again. Sorry. Lost focus right there. Now the bottom 4 string chords of the F sharp and G minor chord. See, again, there's only 2 here, but we know that there are 3. We're at the top into that. Let's go. And right here, I think. And the one that's not listed. Again. And back down. One more game. Now we are going to the F sharp chords. No, that's not true. We're going to the G major chords. G chords, G minor chords, I'm sorry. Let's get right to it. Outside, we're starting with the outside, doing the inside, the rhythm chords, and following that with the melody chords. So let's go. No. Again. Nope. Now the inside chords that sound a little something like this right here. Now the rhythm chords. Back down. I think it's here. Then here. Then another bar right here. Then here. Then right now. Then the second bar that sounds like this right here. Then again the bar before going back down here. Then right here. Then the last bar right here. One more time, guys. Last time. Now we're going to do the bottom 4 string chords on this one, and then, ladies and gentlemen, it's back to the lick of the week, which is where we have a little bit more fun, okay? So it sounds a little something like this right here. Back down, right after this right here. And one more again. One more again. One last again. Then right now. And back down. And right here. And now we're going to do the lick of the week. Now, as I do every day, I'm going to post the Instagrammer, the Instagram guitar influencer, whose site we're using or whose page we're using to create, to do the lick of the week. We want to give credit and flowers to those who deserve them, and we want these people to continue to make content. Because them making content helps us create better content, and we create better content when we get better as guitar players. That's what happens. We're musicians, and we want to thank them for their help of us, allowing us to get to that next level. So I'm not going to play this because I have it memorized, thankfully. We're going to play it at 90 beats per minute like we did yesterday, and we're going to play it up and down. So it sounds like this. I'm sorry. We know it, okay? That's the lick of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back to 120 beats per minute, and we're working on hopefully this will be one of the last weeks. But during the week of March 1st, I plan on recording this song. Hopefully it will be done well. We know the song. It is my hope, because that is the week I have off. That's when I'm taking my vacation, and I will have about 10 days off. So in that 10-day period of time, I will hopefully be recording 2 songs. This one and the Joe Satriani Midnight song. Hopefully I will be recording other things, smaller things that I can use for TikTok with a friend, which will be fun, sort of short film, sort of, what do you call it? Not short film, sort of like stop motion kind of videos that involve music. We will get into that later. We're going to get right to the introduction to the ABC Polyphia song. We're going to start that again. the tempo down to 80 beats per minute, and we're working on the solo there. Remember? You remember? Actually, let's take it to 85 today, because we really need to start pushing the tempo, even though I'm not really ready for it at 85. But to the Next one, I would give that one a 3. It wasn't great. I tried to incorporate the so the week. This is important to ads, but you can use that in your test area. I would give that one at least a 6. That sounded pretty decent to me. Again, you can disagree with that if you like. Actually, I prefer that way I can learn. Because I'm just good at this tracking. I just use tracking. Thanks. Hands down, by far and away, one of the best fucking endings I've had in a while. And I could say that because I'm using it for emphasis, not to be particularly vulgar. I am so happy and pleased with how that ended. I will give that a 7. That's a solid 7 today because there are two cool things that worked out. Just a little riffy riff that I came up with right there on the spot. I'm sure I didn't invent it, but it just came to me, okay? Which shows that my mind, my big, juicy, beefy brain is showing improvement. And I hope that you're improving with me. For those of you who've not joined the channel before, I go by the name of Muzzy McGee, or that's my moniker. And if you are interested in what I'm doing on this channel, or if you're confused about what I'm trying to do, it's about 3 things. It's about me practicing and you coming with me to practice, because practice sucks. Nobody wants to do it, but it's one of the most important things in order for you to build the foundation you need to become a better guitar player, better musician in general. You cannot substitute bonehead repetition. There's no substitute for it. Now, there may be things that you can apply that may help it become more memorable, or things that you can do that will help you learn things more quickly, but there is no substitution for practice, okay? Any musician, anybody will tell you, okay, the virtuosos that are on this planet Earth are 0.000000000% of the population, 0.0001% of the population. So add 5 zeros and then maybe 1 and then add the percent sign, and that's about how much of the population is a virtuoso. 99.9%, whatever that zero is, percent of the time, you're not that person. I'm not that person. It's okay. We're just not those kind of people, okay? But just because we're not virtuosos or geniuses or whatever doesn't mean we can't be dope, okay? Sometimes it's not about what you do. Sometimes it's about the way you do it that separates a good guitar player or an expert guitar player from somebody on a different level. And you don't have to be a virtuoso to do things differently, okay? So practice is important. Second thing this channel's about on the live stream at the very least, is us getting better as improvisational guitar players, because it is a very important skill to have as a musician and as a just as an improvisational player, but somebody who wants to write music. In any case, learning improvisational music helps you get unblocked from that, helps you play a plethora of styles differently and employ a plethora of techniques on command. So you don't just have to know the techniques, you have to breathe them, okay? It should be second nature to you, and that's what we're trying to do, is to get into that second nature habit by learning chords, transitions, and things of that nature. Third Third thing is what the whole channel is about. It's about me creating electronic music using Logic Pro X. And I have not added a single thing involving that thus far, at least to this channel. There are things that I've been working on, the things that I'm going to try to start putting up. I've just been nervous to put them up because it's not good. It's not great, okay? But at the end of the day, if I'm going to continue to push forward, I'm going to have to start putting up stuff even if I like it or don't. So, which is why I said on March 1st, I'm going to start putting up those 2 instrumentals a day, and I'm going to put up the one song that I sung and song wrote all by myself once a week, because I've got to start pushing the envelope with this stuff. And if I'm going to keep doing that and I'm going to make this channel about that, then that's what I have to do. So, that's what the channel's about. That's what we're trying to do. The whole thing is about me creating electronic music and creating my own songs and things of that nature, and using the principal instrument of guitar to help inspire or to be our main principal instrument on those tracks. If that sounds good to you, subscribe to the channel. If it doesn't sound good to you, maybe send it to a friend who it might sound good to. If you just want to sit on your throne of judgment and pan down life lessons, by all means do it. If you want to help us out, by all means, help us out. Okay? Subscribing to the channel is the freest way you can do so. The second thing I ask people to do is check out the cryptocurrency referral links. It helps out with the channel. I've talked about it a million times. You sign up using my referral links, they will give you perks. The perks they offer to you, they will offer to me, and by extension, this channel, because I'm using 15 to 20% of my total gains this year, up to $100 back into the channel. It is my hope if I have the amount of subscribers get advertiser-generated revenue, I'm not going to use a dime of that money to reinvest in the channel, because the idea of creating a business is to make sure that you're not injecting money from other sources into that business. The business has to self-sustain. And as I said before, the minimum that I want to get is about 20 to 30 bucks for each live session. That is about half of what a private lesson tutor would charge you for an hour. Private lessons, as I've had, and as most people have had, cost about 25 bucks a lesson, okay? Now, those are 30-minute lessons, okay? I'm talking about 25, 30 bucks for the hour and a half session that I'm up here, okay? In my opinion, this is not crazy, okay? Some people might beg to differ. Greater minds may disagree, okay? Now, if that sounds good to you, if you want to help out with the channel in the freest way possible, sign up using my cryptocurrency links, because you're not paying me. You're purchasing crypto, and whatever the company's offering you, they'll offer me, and by extension, this channel, as I'm adding 15 to 20% back into the channel. Again, I'm not asking for money directly. I don't really want it directly. I hope that I want to get the advertiser-generated revenue, so I don't have to ask people for stuff, okay? It's just easier, and it makes it more fun. I want to make this channel as free for you, as free for me as I'm making it for you as possible. And the third thing I'm trying to do is, or third thing I'm going to ask you to do is help me grow my other social media accounts. In the description of my video, under the description of all the cryptocurrency links, or above one of the two, is a link to my Twitch. I'm sorry, I don't use Twitter. Twitter's stupid. A link to my Twitch account, which I haven't used yet. A link to my TikTok account, which again I haven't used yet. I will be adding stuff to it once I start adding improvisational music, not improvisational music, but my instrumentals up there. And the third thing I'm going to add to it is my Facebook account, which I'm active on, and I'm going to be active on as soon as I get off this. I want people to comment, use my Facebook to comment, to ask me questions, and to help me grow that account is to subscribe or to follow me on that account. And help me grow my social media accounts inevitably will help me grow my YouTube channel. And helping me grow my YouTube channel will inevitably help me grow my other social media accounts. One hand washes the other. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. I got to get going. Again, I have to go to the gym, even though I'm sick as a dog. Not sick as a dog, really. I just have I'm just cold stuff, like a runny nose and stuff. Like, it's gross. I got a gross situation going on here, and I was lucky that I'm not just wiping my whole face between the whole entire session. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to continue doing this every single day. I go by the name Muzzy McGee. That's my moniker, okay? And I'm going to continue to build this channel brick by brick, but I can't do it without your help. So with your help, I can do it more quickly. Love you. Bye.